Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. This was a very off the cuff, just random live stream. And I picked a wonderful time to do it, considering my throat is absolutely killing me. So if I sound off, that is why. I don't really have much plans outside of just talking about toys, like Sunstreaker, for example. It is a wonderful toy. Just get him standing. Hello, ASMR Liam. And Barcelofty, hello. And this, I could go on for hours about this. If you hear me clear my throat, that is because I am dying. But no, this is wonderful. I have the packaging, which I've actually put the original inside, because why not? But I'm gonna open it up so I can do some comparisons. Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm doing alright. Very chill night, not a lot going on. How's everyone else? How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a nice little night. Or day. Or morning. Okay. Car. It goes vroom vroom. We know the drill. But if I transform him, which, fun fact to anyone who doesn't know, this was the first Transformer. Many years, 41 years of Transformers and all those transformations that we've had over the years. It all started with that. Back in the very early 80s, before Transformers, there was Diaclone, a Japanese toy line that many Transformers toys were actually a part of. And Sunstreaker, who was originally red, was the very first Diaclone toy that they designed. He is the original Transformer. And it's very interesting when you actually handle it, and yeah, holding it next to a more modern example of the same thing. This is Sunstreaker. Oh, that would be the dream. 10 million subscribers. Hit me up. So here we have the original. I am missing these pieces, but he is a little bit worn, but he's old. But here's the original compared to missing Link. And it's very cool to own such a like minty, fresh example of this toy. But Since we're talking about fun facts, another fun fact about this. Like I said, he was originally a Diaclone toy, and that original Diaclone toy was red. But when they brought him over for Transformers to become Sunstreaker, obviously they changed the colour to yellow. But what they didn't do was change the colour of these stickers to yellow. And that is why Sunstreaker has red on his shoulders. Those are leftovers from his original Diaclone toy pre-Transformers. It was an error that happened to become something iconic. But Missing Link does include stickers that you can give him, which I've chosen to give to the original, which does give him yellow decals to more closely match how he was sort of supposed to be. Very interesting. Now, obviously, this is a T1 toy, and if it's the first Transformer, it's probably not going to have tons of articulation. Well, you'd be right. His arms can move out, his elbows can bend, his wrists can move, his wrists can actually, they can fire. They are missile fists. But that's about it. His toes can wiggle, I guess. He can sort of move his head, but like that's it. That's your whack. Car Robo. But Missing Link obviously takes that to a whole other level because, well, he's got joints up the bum. His outward movement is ratcheted. He even has some outward movement there. His arms can actually move up. And he does have really quite exaggerated butterfly joints. Oh, thank you. That's so kind. His wrists can rotate, but they can also open, which is quite cool. And, well, duh, there's a fist hole in there, which the original doesn't have, so it means that he can hold a gun that the original never came with. But it is super cool. His head can rotate side to side, which will never not crack me up with these, like, panel head ones, because it's just funny to me. And his head can look up as well, just a tiny bit. Let's see. Excuse me. The legs can kick forward, and they can also bend on a double joint. And yes, if you can hear that, he does have ratcheted toes, and they sound wonderful. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. But yeah, that'd be his articulation. Oh yeah, oh no, and he does have a thigh swivel as well, and an ankle tilt. So that's silly me. Oh, so cool. On with the Bumblebee and Optimus is awesome. Just don't even spin it. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. I hope they do more with this. Now, one of the things that got me very excited for this when it was sort of, you know, in the process of coming out, wasn't even him, and he was, obviously, exciting, but it was this little man. It was this little man. The little dino. You'll have no idea how long I have wanted this little fella. Or one of these, at least. The originals, they came with these motherfuckers. The original Diaclone toys. Pardon my language. They never quite made it to Transformers, so they're quite rare. So this was a wonderful inclusion. No, this was like really nice. And it's adorable. And I've literally, the entire time that I've had like this, it made me bring out like all of my G1 toys, to bring them all out and put this guy inside all of the seats. And I'll show that off in a minute, but I am going to quickly transform Missing Link Sunstreaker, but first I'll transform the original. Just rip his fists off. I will never not tire, or rather I will never tire of this transformation scheme. It is, I mean, again, it was the first one, and you know what? It's not perfect, but it's perfect at being what it is, and that is an 80s toy. So there's that, there's original. The Missing Link transforms quite similar. We've got, interestingly enough, so we have these hands, which are obviously, you know, they are what they are. They're opening hands with a handhole in it for all that kind of thing. But you don't have to settle for that. Because if you want to be more authentic, you can swap it for these. But what's interesting is, for the transformation, they've actually added a flap, which you can open and put the hand inside. Something that, as you just seen, the original never had. But what's interesting is, instead of having to swap these out all the time, this actually can still plug in when the other hand is folded up. So you can just entirely ignore the other hand and just pop this one in on the other side. I thought that was really kind of cool, and I didn't realize that until quite a while after getting this, I'll admit. But yes, you just want to fold the hands in. If I can get the other one, there we go. Take these off, like so. Open this, and that's another thing I love. On the original, the cockpit was just sort of floppy. It didn't tab in or anything, it was what it was. On this one though, it actually tabs into place. There's two little slots. Again, I love how solid this is. Love how solid that is. They really thought this one through. And another thing, I know there's a lot, and I'll get to it in a quick second. The arms. So on the original, something that always kind of bothered me is this arm. Sorry, I'm a bit sniffly. This arm can go in all the way, fully unrestricted, but this arm never quite sits right. As you can see, it's just a little bit too big for the gap that's left. So it never quite sits right. It's always kind of bothered me. Whereas on this one, they actually fixed it so that it has full clearance, so that both arms can actually fold into place perfectly. Again, it's just, I love that not only are they adding articulation to these, but they're also improving issues that some of the original toys had. Yeah. The channel did have a hell of a boost last year when it came to a lot of people coming in. It's since slowed down, but I'm happy. I don't need tons of views and subscribers or anything like that. I'm happy with where I'm at. Hello everyone. Thank you for coming in and watching me play with toys. Ta-da! Eagles, vroom vroom. yeah, I've said it before, but just owning a Sunstreaker, a G1 Sunstreaker, that's so, like, immaculate is just wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Is this... I don't think this is lined up properly. Oh no. There we go. Root beer. I'm very indifferent with root beer. Sometimes I'm like, I don't like that, and other times I'm like, that's a spot. I know, this rolls like an absolute dream. I say as it stops rolling. He rolls, ooh, as rolling things should. But yes, of course, it would be a crime if I didn't show it off. Little Dianot man, little friend, can in fact sit inside the car, inside his tiny little seat. There we go. That's honestly adorable. Adorable. And look at him vibing. He goes vroom, and then I go and close that over on top of him. But yes, that'd be Missing Link Sunstreaker. I am going to quickly grab another G1 toy that I want to show off because I just love showing off. It is G1 Ultra Mango, Mango Man, Mr. Mango, whatever you want to call him. Big. This is such a special toy. It is a wonderfully special toy that cannot be fully conveyed unless you have one. Because I wanted this thing for years, absolute years when I was growing up. And then the day I finally got him, my perspective of him immediately changed. Because I thought he looked quite cool and I always wanted to have him. But actually having him and holding him, it's such a different experience. It's so fun. And it just oozes like just 80s charm. But yes. This is his robot mode. It is a nice size actually. I mean, I don't have anything to really compare. I probably should have done that, shouldn't I? I don't know, here's Cyberverse Shockwave, I guess. the Ultra Class one. Since I had that next to me, but... No, yeah, he rolls. Sort of. He sort of rolls. I would love, absolutely love, a Missing Link Ultra Magnus. Like, that would blow me away. I have no idea how the heck they do it, but I want to see them try. I want to see them try. But yes, his articulation is pretty limited. His arms can move forward. But he does have a bicep swivel, and elbows, and wrists. That is it. That is all he can do. But you know what? That's all he needs to do. Because if you have one that works, you can fire missiles and hit people. And you can run people over because he's massive and rolly. But I'm going to transform him. This is his gun, which is double purpose. Because we got this long handle for this mode. Or we have a smaller post for the smaller robot, which did you say small robot? What? What? Small robot? White Optimus Prime? What are you talking about? Well, take that off. Take his little hat off. And oh my god, dun dun dun. He's actually just oh fuck. His fists are falling out. He's actually just a white Optimus Prime. Oh my god. Now I have a story to tell. Or rather, not a story, but I have a confession to make. I own the late 1986 version, the more common release. Normally, that wouldn't mean very much, but in the instance of this, it means a lot. It means all of his colour's gone. They stole his paint. He's pretty much all white. You know, there's no paint here in the thighs. The head is fully white. He's plastic, like his feet are plastic. The only metal's in his truck cab, which even then, the windows are gone. They stole his windows. And they replaced his wheels with Hot Wheels wheels. No more rubber. But honestly, it makes me love him more. I actually like him more the way he is. I like the white. I like the plasticky feel, the more lightweight feel. He doesn't normally have chopped smokestacks. These are reissue smokestacks from that 2009 reissue that I had a junker of. This originally had long smokestacks. My original G1 Prime had broken smokestacks, so I just yoinked them off of him, gave them to Optimus, and then gave this the already by design chopped smokestacks. That way it didn't look broken. Just in case you were wondering. But he does have his gun, which he can hold in his hand, and he can go pss, 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 oops, pss, 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 and all that fun stuff. All that fun stuff. His arms can go up and down. His elbows can bend. His wrists can rotate. His head can... his head can't rotate. But... And you did not hear this from me. His head actually can be easily modified. All you have to do is unscrew... Oh, wait, you're gonna have to peel that off, I'm afraid, but... You unscrew this, take the head off, and there's literally just a tiny, and I mean tiny, little post. You could literally take it off with your finger. And then once you remove that and screw the head back on, his head can move. I never understood why they did that, but it's the thing they did. His knees can bend, but his arms can't kick forward. Typical G1 affair. But that's your little man, your little friend, your little fella. He's gonna sit over there for now. Actually, no, I'm gonna transform him. I lied. You want to take the fists off? That's, G1. I want to flip his head in. Bring the arms back and bring these forward. Bring the legs up. And bring the feet up. And that's it. Demon was always wonderfully simple, yet so mechanical. It's just lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Here you go. As for the trailer, the big man's, the big giant man, for this, you want to take the fists off. His big old fists, take them off. You want to take his pants off. Oh my, oh. Terrible Ultra Magnus. Shocking. You want to take his chest off. You want to take his guns off. There's a lot of parts for me. But don't worry, because we're done. Now we get to just transform. And for all those... For all the... Well, actually, first, I want to straighten the arms out. And then untab these. And then bring these forward. But... for any of those ASMR fans, take a listen to this. Oh yeah. So satisfying. It is so satisfying just to go. And those will just plug in together. The legs will untab and come forward. Same the other side. You want to push these in, and then this will sort of slot in there and rest. Just like so. Come on, there we go. Bring the ramps and just sort of situate them. Like so. And we're not done, we're not done. I want to take his underwear and plug them on, and he gets to drag the truck using his anyway, just want to plug that on and give him his little guns. Let's just plug it on, and then that's your truck mode. Yes, everything else sits to the side. But not quite. There is some fun to be had if you happen to own... Where is it? There it is. Get out of here. You're being evicted. If you have this, one of these little guys, then you can open this little window. And no, these weren't always designed to store fists. They were actually designed to store micromen. So there you go. I did that a bit too strong. Little man, well, first, how do you actually sit down? Little man, it's not safe to be driving a truck with no windshield. You never know when something might just... Ah! But if we get him out of there is one other use for him. And that is something that I don't think a lot of people know. And that is his chest piece and his head. Well, there's probably people who probably think, well, you know what, they're just bits and bobs, but no. These actually tab together to form a little spaceship, and oh yeah, yep, that's a Microman seat, or a Dionaut seat, or whatever. The little man can fly inside his chest. Oh, That's so fun. And when I found that out, I was immediately like, wow. Like, I love stuff like that. I love finding out stuff about toys that you've known for years, but finding new stuff about them to enjoy. Hey, we love a huge fan of Transformers. I hate Transformers, as you can see. Oh, I hate them. They're the worst. Absolute worst pieces of shit ever made. Anyway. I'm going to transform him back so I can put him back on my shelf. So I can prepare one more thing to show off. I'm gonna have to go relatively soon. I know I wasn't on for too long, but you know, this lady has to rest her throat, for it is awfully sore. But before that, I can... Oh yeah, that's never gonna get old. Never gonna get old. I really, really wish someday I could own Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus. That one, unfortunately, was really hard to find here, and still remains really hard to find. And well, money is an obstacle as well. But if I ever get 86 Ultra Magnus, y'all will be the first to know. That I can promise, because I'm probably gonna do a video on it. I forgot his underwear. I don't really see commander classes anymore. I think the last commander class that I ever actually saw in a shop was Ronimus, and he shell-formed. But I have gotten commanders since, but they've all been online. But like I don't even think I can find Silverbolt, to be honest. No, actually, no, tell a lie. Last commander I found was Motormaster. Tell a lie. He also went in clearance. Okay, we've got him more or less ready. Oops, stop falling. Got him more or less ready to go. Now I just have to put his little guns back on and transform this little fella back into his robot mode. Well, sort of robot mode. I might as well pop the fists inside. And then these two little ports will just go into these two little tabs. And that's how he'll secure onto Ultra Magnus. This is when the Magnus becomes Ultra. When the big becomes bigger. And that's G1 Ultra Magnus. And you know what, screw it, I'll transform this back, because I'm sort of taking stuff off my shelf, so I'm gonna get them all back into where they were. And who knows, maybe I'll do a little room tour before I head off. How does that sound? I have been asked in the past for a room tour video, and my room's just been very much a sort of work in progress for a while. I mean, so I've always been putting off doing a room tour, but I'll show some stuff off before I head off. I will do that much. Yeah, this one does have a couple more hinges than the original that you have to be careful with. And there we go. Oh, Oh yeah, that thing, I forgot to flip that back up. Now we have them all back to normal. Okay. So let's put this box back together. He did come also with, if I just put the fists back in the box, there's an actual polystyrene insert, kind of like the originals. But no, he did also come with missiles, but because the missing link doesn't actually fire, I didn't see the point in using them, so I just kept them. Oops, I kept them on the little rack. I will put this little fella away so he doesn't get lost. He just goes right there. And then Sunstreaker can go in here. There we go. And just for storage reasons, they're not supposed to go there, but I just put the old fists in there as well. You don't see them. Get back in your box. Go on, do it. I bet this is probably agony for some people, watching me smush the instructions. Oh yeah. Alright. Okay. Okie dokie dokie. I'm gonna put these back, so just give me 2 seconds. 2 little seconds. And the final toy of the night, to sort of contrast a certain toy that I have. The biggest Optimus Prime ever. Bigger than HasLab Unicron, and heavier as well. Weighs 10 kilograms and is 71 centimeters tall. We are not showing him off. Instead, I'm going to show you the smallest Optimus Prime, at least G1 Optimus Prime. Dr. Wu Optimus, your world's smallest Optimus. A title originally given to this little fella, but he is actually just ever so slightly shorter. It's literally like it's hard to show it. I have a picture. The pictures are no good on live streams, so he is smaller, take my word for it. It's only by like a little tiny light, but it's still it's still smaller. And I think for this one, I'm going to bring us a little bit closer to the pinboard, and I will bring him a little closer to you. And this thing is so cool. Now, I love this. I'll show this off first. I love this. Okay, I've wanted this for years. Like, World's Smallest Transformers, that toy line was always just a really interesting nugget of Transformers. Like, and they are good toys. I want more of them. I only have this in Megatron. There's a lot of them. There is a lot of them that I would love to own, but this is a fun toy. It's G1 Optimus. He has his little gun, and he's very simple to transform. He's literally just a G1 toy. There is a version with a trailer, but that one's super rare. If I could have that one, I would. And like articulation wise, he's basically the same as the original, other than like there's no wrist swivel, but you also don't have to take the fists off. And his legs can actually kick forward. There's no knees, but can kick them forward. And you know, that was pretty impressive for the size, especially for 2003. But then this little fella takes it to a whole other level because yes, he has his gun that he can hold. But he's also absolutely jam-packed with articulation. I mean, his head is on a ball joint and it can move. His chest swivels. He can chest swivel. Whee! His arms are on ball joints and they can go out and they can go back. Ball jointed elbows so they can move. His legs can kick up and out and outwards and they can bend. And his toe even has like an ankle tilt on the foot. And they move down. Like, it's so impressive, the articulation on this little guy. Not to mention, he even comes with a trailer. A little box of tricks. Or rather, not very many tricks. If you open this up from the back and continue to open it, there is no ramp, unfortunately, and there's no like supports or anything like that, so it does just sort of. But for the size, that's not a problem really. He has these little arms, which you can plug on to the top. And he has another one, I'm just trying to get that off. Oops, pop that one off. And you can still have that sort of like command center sort of thing without the little thing. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm normally, like, to be honest, a bigger fan of like the cartoon sort of aesthetic. But when it comes to like Optimus's trailer, I have always preferred the blue stripe. I don't like the just plain sort of grey. But that's about it for the trailer. It doesn't really do much outside of that. But what it does do is stores this. He has a little axe. A little axe that he can actually hold and swish around and go. So I'm gonna take that off. But he comes with a tiny roller, and now everything is okay. Everything is fine in the world. Small roller. Smaller. This is adorable. I don't think it does anything. Can you put the gun on him? Can he actually use this gun? I'm not sure if he can. There's like a little sort of groove in there, but I haven't been able to figure out what it's for. Oh, I watch all kinds of Transformers. Like, I love them all. I truly love them all. Even the ones that... Well, actually, tell a lie, I don't like the War for Cybertron trilogy. Or the Machinima stuff. But other than that, I watch everything. What's your favourite? Go on. Everyone answer the age-old question. What's your favourite Transformers series? Mine is animated. That's my series. I adore animated. The transformation on this is really, really smart. So you put the legs together, rotate the head around and bring it back, and then rotate this around to reveal this. And then this little guy has the goal to have masterpiece engineering, because you bring this down, and then you bring these down. This little guy, fucking small MPL1 man. But pardon my language again. I swear, okay, I got a potty mouth. I'm Scottish. What do you expect from me? Alright, so you've done that. And you bring these together, you slide them, and then these will just come forward. You fold the feet down, and there you go. That's your little truck. If it'll focus. It's so small, it doesn't focus. This is a wonderfully small truck. If I quickly transform the actual world's smallest one, just super quickly for comparison. It doesn't have the silver stripe. I do prefer 1 primes have the silver stripe. But it's not a deal breaker. It's still very cool. Bots? Y'all, okay. I don't know how many of y'all have ever given that show a chance, but I'm gonna put y'all on that show right now. Go watch Bots. It's really fun. It's not your typical Transformers cartoon. It's very much more like just a sort of fun sort of cartoon with Transformer elements. But it's really fun. I think if you happen to have grown up on some of the sort of early 2010s sort of cartoons, you know, sort of early the Hub era sort of stuff, if you liked that kind of thing, you would love Bots. You would. So go give it a watch. And I am very sad that it didn't get a season 2 as well, because I actually really loved it. Bonsai was my favourite. I loved Bonsai. Here's your little trailer. And your little small trailer, which I think you get the doors on, can be towed. There you go. Brum brum. Honk honk. Ma. It's super small. It is super small. And what I'm gonna do, just real quick, honestly, I'm gonna transform these back into the robot mode. Because obviously, I gotta put the smallest Optimus Prime with the biggest. That's just, it would be rude not to. It would be a crime not to. So let me just put the stuff back in here. The axe can store on this little hole. The little arms, they store here on these little holes right there for focus. And they'll just plug on, and you want to make sure that they are, whoops, you want to make sure you don't drop them. You want to make sure that they are sort of inwards like that. That way roller can still fit inside. So just do the same on the other side. Just like so. Then that can be closed up. And before you close it all up, just put them in there and close it all up. And now, for the moment you've all been, well, some of you, maybe probably none of you, have been waiting for. Okay, let me put that there, and he's a bit dusty. But yeah, my gosh, someday I'll do a video on that, but it's a bit hard. So if you excuse me, I'm going to put these back, and then I'm going to do a little room tour before I go. That sounds like fun. I hope everyone's been enjoying this. It was very much just a random decision. I didn't really plan it. I just thought, you know what, I'm in the mood to show some toys off. I'll stream it and see who turns up. Okay, now for the big one. Remove this. Come on, there we go. Alrighty, room tour time. So this is my pen board. There's a whole ski of pens. Some art. I'll quickly show them off before I go to the other part of the room. So yeah, got some stuff from Beastars. Chicken nugget. I made a couple like pen badges. I made these, just little badges. Some Sailor Moon stuff. A lot of Hell of a Boss. A lot of Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel. I love that stuff. Some apparel. Got gameplay. I have this 3D printed Alliance Studios badge that I made. Got Tins Bumblebee on there. 2017 to 2024. Put that back on. More chicken nugget, got slushy. Oh, speaking of slushy. I know, another tangent. Speaking of slushy. Adorable. Okay. Don't fall, stop falling, no. Got another Alliance sort of badge. Some more Hell of a Boss, more Hazbin Hotel. Got the tag that came with that plushie up there. Got a Twins Bumblebee badge. Chicken nugget. Got cheeseburger. An adorable birthday art that my friend Erin did for me. I still love it so much. Bubble. Bubble. That is all. Bubble. But yeah, that's the pen board. That's the stand that I was doing this on. It is a little metal iPad stand with a brush on it because that gives it enough like elevation so that my camera doesn't bump onto this. But then, oh my god, my phone's about to die. Okay, so I have that. Oh, standing up now. I got my iMac. That's what I watch YouTube on and stuff. I have my fan from when I'm sweating. I have this shelf, which has my Unicron Trilogy stuff on it. All of it. And then some. And then some, and then some, and then some, and then some. Transformers. I made that. I printed that. I sculpted that. I love that. That is all. So that's that. I have my plushie hammock with some, but not all of my plushies. I have this shelf which has a few things. Animated Optimus. I love that. I will show that off at some point. Alternate Starscream, some Hot Toys, Iron Man, Glenn, Tom Holland. I got Devastator up there. I love him. We have Unicron, Massive Grail, very important toy to me. Optimus, yeah, little Optimus. Adorable. Hanky Astro Train. Luna. Some more Masterpiece. Star stuff. More Masterpiece stuff. And Sage, and then Lego at the bottom. I have my, you know, my AC from when I'm dying. I have this big shelf. Ducky. Duck. Duck. Actually, I'm right next to my charger. I can plug my phone in. If you can just see that. 20th anniversary Optimus. My favorite toy ever. If you ever wanted to know what my favorite Transformers toy ever made was, it's that one. And we have the HasLabs, which are just wonderful toys. World's smallest duck. Top shelf. Small MPL1. Big MPL1. Actually, that's MPL4. G1 Jetfire, G1 Star Convoy, G1 Star Saver, MP10, MPO5 Megatron, G1 Shockwave, Takara Animated Optimus, Robot Masters, Star Saber, Music Level Soundwave, Fluttershy. I want more of these. I love these. I want more of them. G1 Megatron, Missing Link Prime, 86 Optimus, Hybrid Style Prime, Shiny Metallic, Robot Masters Prime, King, which I actually printed and painted this myself. It's not excuse me. It's not my sculpt. I can't remember who made it, unfortunately, but I did print it a while ago. Optimus, Little Angel Dust, Fluttershy again, Rarity, Tails, and yeah, that's the top shelf. Bottom shelf is mostly just made up of Missing Link. I mean, there's Missing Link toys up the bum. Skybite, got my Transformers Tins, Knockout, Standee, which I love this so much. I'm still so happy with those. Let me know if that's something that y'all would buy and that y'all would want. Let me know. I can make more. I can make more. Gundam. Clifton Park. Bumblebee. An entire Bumblebee corner, actually, now that I think of it. Tins, Bumblebee, Standee, Missing Link, and Blockies, which... bonk. Eyes light up. I love that so much. Human Alliance stuff. And another shelf of some Masterpiece stuff. Buster Prime. Just wonderful toys. And a 2010 iMac at the bottom that I don't use. That is that shelf. My bed, which is a bit of a wreck. That's a light, which is not turned on at the moment. And as I move throughout my room more, I have my sort of like vanity shelf thing here with... That's not trash! Okay, it is trash, but it's trash eye display. And then finally, top shelf of stuff. I have Fumes and Optimus, which my wonderful dear friend Chroma made for me and gave me. Got Miss Windu, G1 Dead End, and Rev, already Spy Ginger that my friend gave me. So that's a lot of this stuff was gifts from friends, and they are very sentimental. They're very close to my heart. G1, G2, sorry, Sainsbury, and Human Beachcomber, Manosaur, got Lego, C-3PO peeking back there. I do have R2-D2 in another case. Magnus and Prime and Tidal Wave. And then, you know, Masterpiece stuff. And more Masterpiece stuff and more Masterpiece stuff. And we are back to the pen board. But yeah, I will put this here if y'all have been enjoying those old-timey sort of videos. This is my camcorder. This is the camcorder that they are recorded on. And you know what? Just for fun, look at this. This is the tape that all the videos that y'all have been watching lately are on. They're all physically on this tape. It's quite something. That's quite cool, actually. I never tire of stuff like this, which, come on, get in there. There we go. But okay, that, my friends, concludes this little live stream. Yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed me rambling about toys and showing some stuff off. Again, it was very much just random. I didn't plan to do it, but if you do like this, if you did enjoy this, hopefully next time my throat won't be so bad and I won't sound weird, but if you enjoyed this, do let me know. I might consider doing more. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. Take care. At any end. Oh, there you go.